immerse yourself into the world of Creepy Man. He's waiting for you.
When Claire received the first notification, she thought it was a prank. You have one missed death. Weird, but harmless. But by the time the third one came through, she realized the message wasn't a joke, it was a warning, and she was already too late. Claire Monroe was 27, smart, rational, the kind of woman who color-coded her calendar and didn't believe in anything that couldn't be debugged. She lived alone in a minimalist high-rise apartment on the 19th floor of a luxury tower in Chicago, just off Lakeshore Drive. Concrete, steel, glass, nothing supernatural about it. Claire was a senior software developer for a cybersecurity firm, a woman who could read lines of code the way others read poetry. She wasn't paranoid. She was prepared. Her apartment had reinforced locks, motion sensors, and a state-of-the-art firewall. Her life was routine, structured, safe, until April 14th, the night that changed everything. Claire was asleep when it happened. At 3:07 a.m., her phone buzzed once on the nightstand. No ringtone, just a soft vibration, enough to stir her from sleep. Still half dreaming, she reached for her phone and squinted at the screen. No messages, no emails, no missed calls, except one notification hovered briefly across the top of her screen. You have one missed death. It vanished a second later. She blinked. Had she imagined it? She swiped through her notification history. Nothing. No app. No trace. It didn't exist. She told herself it was a software bug, maybe a glitch from a background process. She made a mental note to check the logs in the morning, then rolled over and went back to sleep. But sleep didn't come easy after that. The next day, odd things began happening. At exactly 3:07 a.m., her smart lights flickered. Not the usual dimming. They blazed white, almost blinding, then snapped off completely. For 3 seconds, her apartment was swallowed in pitch-black silence. Then the lights came back as if nothing happened. Later, as she passed by her Google Nest in the kitchen, it activated on its own. The speaker crackled softly, then whispered something unintelligible. No language she recognized. The voice was slow, low, and layered. It gave her goosebumps. Then, as quickly as it started, it stopped. The speaker went silent, and the room returned to normal, as if nothing had happened. She laughed nervously. Maybe a firmware update gone wrong? Maybe a hacker? Later that evening, while brushing her teeth, Claire noticed something and froze. In the bathroom mirror behind her, a silhouette, tall, unnaturally thin, pitch black, hunched forward like a broken marionette. It stood at the hallway entrance, motionless. She spun around. Nothing there. When she looked back at the mirror, her reflection was missing. The bathroom in the glass was empty. She staggered back, heart racing. She searched everything online. Missed death notification. Shadow in mirror, no reflection. Haunted phone. Even Reddit and the deep forums turned up nothing. No results, no posts, not even on the dark web. She tried to record the phenomenon. Set her phone to screen record in case the notification came back. And that night, it did. At exactly 3:07 a.m., her phone buzzed again. Another notification. You have 2 missed deaths. This time, the message lingered. Her phone began to glitch. App icons rearranged themselves. Her calendar wiped itself clean. Her alarm was set for 3:07 a.m. every day for the entire month. Then the front camera turned on by itself. Claire stared at her face in the camera preview. She looked pale, wide-eyed, tired, and behind her, the same shadow figure, closer now, standing just outside the frame of her bedroom door. Then a voice memo auto-played, her own voice, screaming,
"Don't turn around."
She stared at the screen in horror, but upon inspection, there was no audio file saved, no history. The phone hadn't recorded anything. Then came the dreams, the kind that cling to you long after you wake. In the dream, her bedroom door creaked open. slowly, with intention. From the dark hallway, a pale hand curled around the doorframe. The fingers moved like broken spider legs, burned skin, blistered and black. Then a man stepped into the room. Except, he had no face, just a blank surface. Smooth, bone white. No eyes, no nose, no mouth. Like something that hadn't finished forming. He would stand there, inches from her, and then her phone would buzz. "You have 3 missed deaths." She woke up, gasping, only to find the exact same notification waiting on her real phone. That was the moment Claire stopped calling them warnings. They weren't warnings anymore. They were a countdown. Claire began changing everything. She stopped going outside. No elevators, no Ubers, no stairwells, no subways. Too many variables, too many chances. She stopped leaving her apartment. She stopped sleeping. She deleted every app, switched phones, burned the old one in the sink. She taped her laptop's webcam, covered her smart mirror with a blanket, unplugged her smart TV, switched off the Wi-Fi. But nothing worked. The ghost wasn't just following her. It was multiplying every time she escaped. Shadows moved when they shouldn't. Reflections smiled when she cried. One night, just after 3:07 a.m., she heard typing from her living room. She crept out of bed. Every screen in the apartment had come to life. Her TV, laptop, smart fridge, even her smartwatch. Lines of code scrolled across the displays, written in her own syntax, except she hadn't written any of it. The final line flashed on every screen. Her television, tablet, smart mirror, even the microwave. Each one displayed the same sentence. "Answer the call, Claire." Even her thermostat pulsed with the words, "Answer the call." Then everything went black. She smashed every screen she could find. Every device, even the Wi-Fi router, except one. She didn't even know she still had it. Her old phone, the one she burned. At 3:07 a.m., it rang. It lay in the kitchen sink, blackened and cracked, still glowing. Incoming call, death. With no option to decline, only one choice, accept. Trembling, Claire pressed the green button. The line was silent for 11 seconds, whispering static. Then a voice, hers again, slower and cracked.
"You were supposed to die 3 times. I waited. You ignored me. Now I decide how it ends."
Then, the lights exploded in a flash. Bulbs burst like glass grenades. The windows shattered outward. Security cameras in the hallway picked up a high-pitched scream. So sharp it corrupted the audio feed. 911 received 5 calls from neighbors. By the time police arrived, her door was still locked from the inside. No forced entry, no signs of struggle, no Claire, just silence. But they found one odd thing. The melted remains of her old phone fused into the hardwood floor. The screen was still glowing, with a notification 0 deaths remaining. What if your phone could predict your death? Would you answer the call or let it ring? Because the next missed death might be yours. Like if this story gave you chills. Comment, I'd answer, and subscribe, because next time, your phone might buzz at 3:07 a.m.